friends. I'm here. I'm doing general readings. I'm back. I didn't expect that I would be back so soon, but here I am. And I've been gone for a long time. It's been really nice to reconnect with the cards, reconnect with my connectivity, I guess. The past year, I've really spent most of my time focused on my career and my goals and my work and family. And I now have some time to do this, and I'm really happy that I can. So, oh my gosh, finally breaking up this bad boy here. The Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. I've been working with it. I started doing quite a few reads for myself recently with it. Um, just amazing. I'd recommend anyone get it. Like, I'm not being promoted to promote this at all. It's just been such an introspective deck as it deals with astrology and the astral bodies and how we all work in connectivity with that. I definitely don't claim to be an astrology buff by any means, but this is helping me learn. Maybe you want to learn along with me. Either way, this reading is going to be for Gemini. It is a general reading. Of course, sometimes because I'm an intuitive reader, sometimes specific messages do come in, and I'll let you know if I think it's for anybody specific, and maybe it's not going to resonate with everybody. But don't try to make the shoe fit, right? If it doesn't fit, come back for a reading another time. Either way, Gemini, this reading is for you, and because I'm learning this deck, and I'm not the type of person who reads a book, front to back 5 times and tries to memorize it so I can read the cards. I'm very practical and hands-on. So I did preemptively pull your oracle cards so that I could have a chance to read up on them and connect with them. And in addition to that, I have assigned a tarot deck to each one of these oracle cards. There are 4 plus the one on the bottom of the deck. And because I know my deck so well, I have assigned each one to the oracle that I think it will best clarify. All right, so no more chit chat. Let's just get into it. The first thing that came up in all of this for you is you have a lot of solar energy going on around you. And what does that mean? Well, I mean, the sun is the center of our solar system. Without it, we are nothing. And I think that's in reference to ourselves as well. Without ourselves, we are nothing, right? But the fact is that the sun is responsible for a lot of what goes on Earth, the way the plants grow, the way we interact with each other, as well as the moon. And this is what's coming up here. I'm just going to pull these up here. So the first card you had was Solar Calm. And I'll just pull it in so you guys can see. Isn't the art beautiful? It's so pretty. I love colors. Oh my god. The artist in me. Regardless. Well, you know what? Let's just bring that up, because the thing about this card is it reminds me of winter. When you think of a solar calm, we are further away from the sun. The nights are much, much longer, and depending on what area of the earth you're on, north or south, closest to the poles, you may have all day sunlight, you may have no sunlight at all for months. And this card reminds me of, I had this vision go through my head about this card. Imagine it's like the 1700s, maybe it's the 1600s, and back then in the winter things were different. You worked really hard in the summer, and then come the winter, you went inside, and this was a time when people got together in small dark groups. I imagine the smell of candle wax, like light, a candle constantly lit all the time. This would also be the time where people of that time had this thing they called the big and little sleep. And because the nights were so long, people weren't typically accustomed to sleeping for 12 hours at a time. I don't think that most people are. 8 hours is a healthy amount of time to sleep. And, in the summer we're up early and we're outside because the sun is up, farmers, etc. But at this time, when you have 14 hours of darkness, that's a long time to sleep. And so they had this thing called the big and little sleep. And people, it was very common for them to get up at like 3 in the morning, the witching hour, so to speak. And that was their thoughtful time. People wrote poetry. This was a time of, personal self-reflection. And often even people would like get up and go out into the little villages at like 3 in the morning, and that was very common. This this dark period, and in this dark period, a lot of the time, you know, when we're in darkness for so long, that often affects the mood as well. Okay, and this time maybe it's about quiet communication. Maybe opinions aren't jiving the same way all the time. Well, people are opinionated, they're a lot quieter at this time. And this is what I felt with this card, is this, like, you know, winter solstice, going inside, sitting next to the fire, you know, pen and paper, writing things out. This is the time where we also, you know, crawl into bed with our loved ones, that special person. It's not about the physical act, it's about crawling into a warm spot, into a nest, holding hands with people, getting closer, sharing a blanket. 555. Ooh, I'm giving myself chills. I just love it. I love the feeling of this card so much. The next card, though, the interesting thing, we have the solar calm, and then we have the sun. Okay. Right after that, I'm just going to put out, you also have the moon. Okay, these are beautiful opposites, right? But these cards interact together in certain ways. And one card represents our outer self and how we interact with people around us, our creativity, and the other is more about our emotional self and, you know, the river that kind of runs inside of us all, and taking assessment of that. And what better time than in a solar calm, okay, to go inside and look at ourselves. You have all the time, you have months of solar calm to go inside and do this. And, you know, it's quite possible that you're taking advantage of the winter. I'm in Canada, okay, so it's beautiful. Actually, at my Tucon, because it's snowing outside and it's so pretty. But that's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking my solar calm, and I think that might be what you are doing. You're trying to, like, get this connectivity with yourself about who you are and how you're feeling. The other thing that I got from this is, like, I feel like you're having the desire to create with other people. How you're interacting with other people is really big right now. And the interesting thing about that is the fourth card that came up is you have the solar flare. All of these, they're so pretty. I'm just going to hold them all up because, like, they're absolutely stunning. Look at that array of solar energy. Oh my gosh, if you have a green thumb, you probably, yep, you're like, I'm inside right now, but I got my grow lights going. You can see my big mama in the back. That's what I call her, Big Mama. You probably got your grow lights going, right? Or you're crafting at something quietly and privately and maybe enjoying the peace of your plants right now. But all of that aside, okay, we have this solar flare. And, you know, it's interesting because when we think of solar calm, again, people tend to have their opinions about things and their views, and they might be slightly irritable a little bit, right? But in a solar flare, that's when things get really hot in people's actions, emotions, the way that they treat people. There are dozens of articles that talk about earthly events that happen when we have solar flares, like world wars, civil unrest, politics are hot, people are angry, people are rioting in the streets. The French Revolution actually happened during a solar flare, and this is what happens, okay? And perhaps it's quite possible that you have experienced a solar flare of your own where, you know, heads are butting and it's just caused you to go inside and you're like, nope, don't want anything to do with that. No, I don't. Because you know what? At the bottom of the deck here, opposition came up. Oh my God, look at it. I just am in love with this deck so much. Opposition. Confrontation. That's what it says on the bottom of the deck. Confrontation. Opposition. Yeah, and even under that, sustainability. Let's just look at the picture. Like, I haven't read the definition for this card yet, but underneath it says sustainability in the 6th house. Look at this person. This person, to me, reflects the sun and the moon, okay? Look at, they're trying to get at one with themselves in search of their higher self, how they stay grounded, examining how they interact with people. And maybe a big part of this is you might be assessing your part in a situation, potentially, okay? But regardless, I kind of feel like perhaps something has come about recently that's kind of rattled your solar energy and how you get along and how you do things. You're trying to find your inner light in a situation. You're trying to find your balance in a situation. You may be hibernating. I feel like you might be hibernating, Gemini. You've retreated maybe to your room or whatever is your comfortable home, safe space. And you're okay with that. 10:55. I feel like you're okay with that. So let's get right into this now, right? Let's look at this. Solar calm. I'll hold it up again for you. You know what? I'm borrowing my daughter's recording stand, and I tried to just put the phone down on the cards because I know a lot of readers read that way, but I like to interact with you guys. I like to feel like I'm talking to another person rather than just the cards, you know? And I feel like, you know, your ability to read me while I read your cards is of benefit to you. So that's why I do it this way. So thank you, Tatum, for letting me borrow your stand. But let's look at this solar calm. I'll make sure I got my cards right. Let's look into this solar calm. I don't even know what this deck is called. The Light Vision Tarot. I bought this thing on Amazon because it was just so cute. Look at it. The Light Vision Tarot. Okay, let's clarify solar calm. Solar calm, what's that about? Okay. Okay. The King of Wands. It's interesting because when I showed you the deck, that's what came up. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. The King of Wands. The King of Swords. The Empress in reverse, 1233, 1234. Here's what I think. I'm just going to come out with it, okay? I feel like there was someone in your proximity who may have knocked your confidence just a little bit, okay? Obviously, I think this is someone that you admire. Yeah, okay, look under here. The Five of Pentacles. All right, look, if I can hold it this way. There's a man down here at the bottom, a person who clearly is like barefoot and not feeling good, feeling maybe rejected, put out, a little destitute. It's possible that this person kind of was like your sunshine and maybe they didn't even know it. I feel this like maybe you approached someone, maybe you like professed yourself to someone possibly, or you shared a vulnerability and perhaps it wasn't received the way that you expected it to be received. Right? And I say that because it's like this King of Wands is someone like very sensual and like someone you would look up to or admire. You may have been like watching this person from a distance for a little bit, and I think you got vulnerable, and then you experienced this like King of, I don't know if it's gonna work, this King of Swords. Like look at these chicks down here, okay? Chicks are vulnerable. Chicks are vulnerable. They're like, hey, you know, it's almost like you've imprinted on someone. And maybe you shared something with them that they're like, oh, you know, and their guards went up. Their guards went up. And you didn't, I don't think you thought that's what was going to happen. Either way, I sense an act of bravery on your part. And I just want to like commend you on that. Okay. Like, I feel like you did something brave. The Empress. You're like, I deserve that. Whatever it is, okay? You saw something and you wanted it. And you're like, I deserve that. And you went for it. And that's brave, okay? Congratulations on that. That's nice. But either way, I don't think it turned out how you expected it. Because that Empress is in reverse. So just acknowledge that you did a brave thing, whatever it is, okay? whatever it is. The Page of Swords. You might be on the internet a lot. Oh yeah, Ace of Wands. Six of Swords. Six of Pentacles. King of Cups. Temperance. Two of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. You know what? I feel like you I feel like you have a crush on someone, or someone has a crush on you, or it kind of feels like that. And I feel like one of you may have caught the other off guard. Okay, and that kind of like, the brave person here is feeling a little stung, but and walking away from it, like walking away from it. Confidence broken, walking away from it to regain 1616 came up, to regain their temperance and balance. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's watching back and forth happening here. That's what I feel like looking at each other on the internet, looking at each other's profiles, you know, talking to friends of friends. And maybe that's why you're hibernating right now and kind of like recluse inside, because you're like thinking about this person a lot. It's like somebody is on someone's mind a lot, or both. But at the same time, someone is choosing to also walk away. Like, it took a lot of bravery to be vulnerable for somebody, and I don't think it went very well. And so this someone was someone else's wish fulfillment, 1717, and it didn't really go that way. And so someone is walking away back into the Eight of Cups so they can go back into the Nine of Cups in pursuit of wish fulfillment. And just trying to see a different perspective, like not letting it get them down. Yeah, it stings. And now that I look at the solar flare over here, I kind of get the impression that like a communication was either not given the right way or not received the right way. So here's my advice with that, okay? When you are trying to get a message across to someone, be very clear about who your audience is. Because I feel like you might have gotten a little emotional, like vulnerable with somebody. And that might have caught them off guard. And so it took them aback, and like this solar flare potentially happened. Remember who your audience is when you're communicating with somebody. How do they communicate? That's hard to get into that mind space of like understanding how other people communicate. You will become a better communicator. I like it. I like it so far. Let's move on to the sun. Okay, this is about growth. And when I see this, I'm sorry. I just picture, you know what this light is? I picture you with your laptop open. Maybe you have like one of those desk lamps that give you vitamin D. That's what I picture this as. I don't mean to giggle, but this person, like you're feeling creative, and although you've walked away for some assessment, like I feel like you're still attached a little bit. But let's clarify. Let's clarify. Oh, so many. Okay, so you've reclused, right? You've gone inward a little bit. Okay. Okay, this is going to be important information here. You have the Four of Swords in reverse. Here's the Five of Pentacles again. And here is the world. Okay, so somebody has walked away. We've come full cycle. The world is an ending and a rebirth. Okay. And there was something you were supposed to learn through this about yourself. Whatever about this has made you sad. You're supposed to, the reason you're taking solace in your solar calm, okay, is because something about the rejection or whatever it was triggered you. And while you're in your room and you're by yourself, ask yourself, what was the pinpoint of what that person said or did that made you hurt and feel rejected? Talk to yourself about that, because there's a big lesson to be learned in that for you, so that when you go back out into the world and you have an instance like this with a different person perhaps, you're prepared for how you might feel if you're going to be rejected. And again, with bravery comes the understanding that in life you will experience rejection, and that's okay. And it's supposed to teach you something about your own self-worth. When we feel rejected, this is about our self-worth. Okay, this started coming up at 21:31. This is really important right now. Really important. Let's continue to clarify though. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, Gemini. Oh. All cups here. All cups. Cups is about the heart and our passions and what we want. Emotional exchange between people. I think you really admire this person. Like, they light you up. They are your sun. I think you gave a very vulnerable offering to someone of possibly partnership, 2222. Yes, I count the numbers. I pay attention. I'm not constantly watching the clock. Sometimes I'll look up at it. But the thing I try to do is, like, I like to resonate the most important messages with synchronicity and numbers. I think it's important. So, there was an offering to somebody else there, like your son. They are your son. And yeah, I don't think it was not received the way you intended it to be received. This could be, like, it doesn't have to be a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. It could be a friend. I feel like you made a vulnerable offering to someone for some type of friendship or partnership maybe. And yeah, I don't think it went the way you expected. But this Five of Cups here is what's really the most important thing, okay? There's emotional pain from rejection. And you haven't, the Five of Cups is also about assessment. It really does, in a lot of ways, represent the solar calm that you find yourself in right now, because that's the time when we look at our emotions. I mean, really look at our emotions and why we respond to things the way they do and why we feel the way we do about things. It allows us opportunity to look at our unhealthy attachments and what we thought might have been. It's a personal self-assessment about your self-worth and how you're going to take, like, yeah, these cups here, they've tipped over and they're empty and we're really, really sad about that. But look, there's two cups back here. And you have the choice to turn around and look at what you still have and pick up and go over the bridge and carry on with your journey, okay? That's what this is about. And temperance is about your inner balance and doing what you know is right for you. And I feel like you may have stepped away. You've stepped back now, like several steps back, and you're like, okay, not going to do that again. Not going to do that again. And so you've stepped back. I don't know why, but I kind of feel like this isn't done yet. I don't feel like this is done yet. Yeah, you may have caught somebody off guard, but but sometimes you gotta like let people step back and think about things, right? I wonder if this person is gonna come back. Yeah, okay, so this person, okay? I just want to put this up first. Okay, so this person is a very grounded individual, is also a very practical individual who is not necessarily based in emotion. They're emotional, but they're not based in emotion, and that could be why they got defensive. Also very slow moving. Very, 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 very slow moving. And I feel like they could have gotten a little overwhelmed with your approach. But I feel like they're thinking about it. Whatever you did or said, okay, I think that they're thinking about it. Look at them contemplating. They might be at home like pondering over things and trying to keep themselves busy, but they're thinking about it. They're thinking about this interaction, okay? Both parties have walked away. They're walking away to think about this. Like, look, there's the Empress upright. Initially, it was in reverse for solar calm. There was this rejection of you, but I feel like they're going away for an assessment of what happened. 2646. And the next card up is the moon. That's all about personal assessment. Quietly in our solar calm. Yas? Yas. Right. Let's carry on with this, okay? Let's read this moon. This moon. Maybe you've both walked away, but I feel like you're very much so both thinking about each other. Yeah, Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. Kim Kranz, Wild Unknown. Love this deck as well. Let's look at this. Oh. Well, that doesn't seem right. Hold on. What has happened here? Make sure I got everything. A bunch of cards fell out. Let's have a look. Oh, it's there on the bottom again. Oh my god. I gotta see this. Hold on. So many cards fell out. Like, I have a feeling you, like, reverse the roles if you want to, or whoever is cross-watching this. I feel like one of you were, like, dropping little hints for this person, and they were not picking up your hints. Life rule, okay? Nobody's a mind reader. You can't, like, but I think you got onto that because you got really direct, and this person went, huh, you know, like, I think you were trying to drop little hints for this person. All right. The sun. This is to clarify the moon. How interesting is that? Oh my god. The sun to clarify the moon. You had the sun before. Okay. They are also thinking about you. All right? Maybe in a different way. Like, it's like an awakening to you. The Ace of Pentacles. They're like, oh, well, now that I know that door is open. Okay, you know, the Ace of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck is, there's this little path through a garden, and there's this door that's open. It's like, aha, a new opportunity. A new physical opportunity. All right, they're thinking about it. Oh, okay, Justice. I'm going to pull that aside for now because I want to clarify it. But we also have the Five of Wands, the Knight of Wands. There's a blocker happening here. Something is blocked. Six of Cups and the Four of Wands. There is a reason. There's a blocker happening here for this person. And possibly you as well. Like, it might just not be the right time. Pardon me. The Hierophant. I'm going to pull this out as well. Temperance. Patience, patience, patience. The Star card. The High Priestess. The Three of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups again. Walking away to contemplate. Yeah, this person. The Knight of Cups. Ooh, the Daughter of Cups. Okay, so this interaction, there may have been hints dropped that weren't seen before, okay? Or regardless, there is a blocker happening here, and you both have to go your own separate ways right now. Trust me, you're both thinking about each other, but you've both got to go into your solar calm, and this person wants to think about things, and so do you, and it's okay to hibernate just a little bit, but getting in touch with your higher self and learning the lesson. There's a lesson to be learned here for both of you that's really important, and taking that space to do that is incredibly important. Both you being independent right now, so that you can manifest into yourselves. Okay, Page of Swords again. Yeah, there's a lot of watching, spying going on back and forth. I don't mean that negatively. Like, there's serious interest on both parts. The Queen of Cups. Okay, and the Ace of Wands. And the Lovers. And Judgment. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yep, Five of Swords. Okay, so this unfortunate instance that happened, okay, it was supposed to happen. Like, universally, it was supposed to happen. And taking the space right now is good. The tensions are high right now. And it's good to just walk away. Sometimes you just gotta walk away and let the energy die down. Solar flare. Okay, yeah. This is all making sense now. Solar flare right here with opposition on the bottom of the deck. That's why it's funny, because solar calm was on the one side, which is where you are right now, but the solar calm is due to the solar flare. It's all making sense. Something I want to point out to everybody right now is all of these cards are numbered, okay? And when I shuffled this deck, and I've used this deck many times now, it's not like the cards are sticking together. I shuffled and all these cards kind of fell out on their own. They are all numbered 16, 17, 18, and 19. But it's interesting because 16 is solar calm and 17 is solar flare, but 17 fell out at the end. But 16, 17, 18, 19, that's really important right now at 33 minutes. 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever that means. If you're into like numerology and stuff like that, I give that to you, my friends. Now, let's clarify this solar flare. And I chose this deck because it reminds me of a solar flare. This is a high energy, fiery deck. Okay, 3322. They don't lie to me. They don't lie to me. Cards don't lie to me. Oh my god. Look. Oh, goodness gracious. The sun. 1, 2, 3. Oh, goodness. There's the King of Swords again. That's that defensiveness. The King of Swords came up in the solar flare. Okay, so this is as a result of someone's reaction to a situation. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. This person really hurt your feelings. They really hurt your feelings. The Empress in reverse again. Temperance in reverse again. This knocked the confidence right out of you. Don't let that happen. 3422. Okay. You're so brave. You are so brave. Okay, and that walking away again with the Eight of Cups. You are so brave. Don't let this knock your confidence. Like, the fact that you did this thing speaks to your confidence. 3443. Whoo, all the fours. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, this person put your guard up. Okay, so like You both are vibrating on the same frequency. This is like a soul connection. Okay? When you are the swords, they are the swords. When they are the swords, you are the swords. When you are the cups, they are the cups. You're thinking about each other. You are thinking about each other. The lovers. But the hermit and the devil. Okay, there, like I said, okay, there's something in the way of what needs to take place here. 35. There is a blocker of some type, and it could be possible that this person has a boyfriend or a girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever it is, okay, or some type of obligation. But the reason they're thinking about you is because I don't think they're very happy right now. I don't think they're very happy right now with where they're at, and all of a sudden this opportunity hits them in the face with you, and they're like, oh, really? Yeah, okay. 7 of Wands. They're dealing with some of their own stuff right now that you are not aware of. There's a bigger picture at play here. Yep. 2 of Cups. 10 of Cups. And the 2 of Wands. Okay. They may very well leave a situation for you. This is turning into a love reading. It was meant to be general. This could also have to do with work and business as well, okay? I think more the previous, but whatever happened here has ignited something in both of you. Don't let this knock your confidence. 3656. Don't let this knock your confidence. The Chariot. There is a lot of focus on each other right now. Okay, a lot of it. A lot of focus on each other. Okay, this person is experiencing... This person is experiencing a lot of burden in their life. And they may now very well decide to just leave it all behind in pursuit of something completely different. They're being fed the 7 of Swords by somebody, and that came up at 37. 7s are about deceit. And now that they see this new opportunity in front of them, they're like, oh my God, I am worth so much more than that. I'd much rather have the 7 of Cups than the 7 of Swords, and I'd much rather pick from the catalog of life, because I'll tell you something, and you may have made this person realize how burdenous their situation is, and inspired them to get out of their head with it and end a cycle. There is a factor, patience is necessary here. Patience is highly necessary here. It is a time to stay very focused on yourself. And that's what the 5 of Cups about, is assessing the emotion and how all of this made you feel. But understand, there are things you're not seeing right now, but I believe that someone or both of you, are trying to manifest each other. A Tower moment has happened here. And stability must be found right now. Okay, but I feel like you're both manifesting each other. What's this opposition card? Knight of Wands, the Star, the 4 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Rest is really, you know what, go into that solar calm and hibernate. That's what's really important here right now for both of you. This has been very intense, but like something has happened here. A life-changing thing is about to happen here. This is what you need to know. So take space, find your sun and your moon. I think I know who your sun is, but like, hibernate for a bit and go inside and focus on yourself. Don't watch from a distance. You can if you want to. I'm not telling you what to do. But the point here is to focus on yourself right now and figure out how you're feeling about all of this and why you feel the way that you do. Okay, Gemini, much love from me. Good luck. Enjoy your hibernating. Enjoy the nice snow outside. Okay, it's pretty. Watch it from your window. All right, lots of love. Take care.